Hey, welcome to another episode of the Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert BOBTV Brown. Before we get into this segment, by the end of this video, I want you to do a few things for me. First of all, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please do. If you don't like it, hit unlike. It's okay. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Sometimes, as Jimmy Dole would say, you find yourself unsubscribed and you need to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell right next to it so you can be notified when a new video is being dropped. Whoop, there it is. And more importantly, the super chat will be on for this segment. So if you want to donate toward the efforts of Bob TV, that's freely up to you. I do have a job, but any amount will help toward the growth of this channel. And more important, let us help you help us by introducing you to a program. There's a link down below that says Equal Justice for All. You're going to click that video link, and there's some educational tutorial about a phenomenal program in America that is really making equal justice a reality for every citizen. So this program is phenomenal. The proceeds from you participating in the program will go back, 10% will go back into the Bob TV YouTube channel. So anyway, my name is Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Let's get into it. Hey, good day. Welcome to another episode of Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert BOBTV Brown. How you doing today? Well, our president, our commander-in-chief, chief liar, chief scam artist, chief con artist, but don't get your panties all in a bunch, trumpeteers. Most politicians on both aisles are like that. That's why I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a suck up. I don't think politicians can do no wrong. Because some of you sit here and think Trump, that you love Trump. You're a fanboy. Something happened to you right now, Trump won't even pay you no mind, won't even know who you are, won't waste his time to come in and see you. But you act like you'll be willing to down the sword for this man who ain't even thinking about you. And some people like that. Some people like that with Bernie Sanders. Some people was like that with Barack Obama. I got people to this day who swear Barack Obama was the cream of de la creme, not knowing his policies, not knowing the things he voted for and the missions that he endorsed and pushed that harmed a lot of people. Not knowing his policies. They just like this good-looking talking man, tall, you know. But let me get back on Trump. Trump goes to Pennsylvania, stand before a crowd of Shell workers, and la 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 la. La 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 la. Watch this.
We're never going to allow other countries and outside sources to take away our great wealth, because that's what they want to do. They want to take away our wealth, take away our jobs. We're not going to let it happen.
All right, so first of all, he's saying other countries want to take away our wealth. What country? We got people in our own country, people like him, who's taking away the wealth of regular working people, the people right behind him, and giving it to the rich elite, people like him. But yet you think he's all for the forgotten man. He done forgotten you, and he ain't never thought about you, and he's going to continue to forget about you. All this money that's been going through this tax plan, you end up paying more money. You did not get a cut. The only people got a cut were business owners, and if you're a business owner, that's fine. I'm for business owners. I'm a business owner myself. I got a couple of non-traditional businesses, and it helps me with my taxes. But yeah, I'm a working man too, and I paid more money in taxes than I did before he came up with that plan. Yeah, the wealthy got a tax cut. He even admitted and told them they should thank him for it. And believe me, they're going to thank him for it. Now, I don't know how I came up on that, but the man is a bona fide liar. Let's keep going. Oh, he said that the world is trying to take our money. No, it's people like you that's taking money from the American people, Trump. It's people like you.
To see the destructive results of the far left's energy nightmare.
All right, so all of a sudden, what Trump is going to do is he's going to paint the left evil, radical, the enemy of the people, to try to stir division amongst American citizens, which we supposed to be the United States of America, which supposed to mean the people are united, but he is a divider in chief. Oh, you want to talk about Barack Obama divided? No, this man divided. Barack Obama haven't been undercutting the LGBT community. Now, look, I'm pro-black. My number one focus is black people, especially people who parents came here as slaves. I'm for them first, and then I'm for the rest of my black people. And then I'm for peace for all mankind. But I'm always going to focus on my people first. But for him to sit here and try to divide and make it seem like, see, this is the radicalization by him calling them radical, saying they hate this country, saying they hate this person, the left hate this and hate this. This is what's inspiring nutwings to go out and do stupid stuff. He has never denounced this and never admitted. One thing I like about John McCain, when they were saying Barack Obama was a Muslim, John McCain took the mic from the lady and said, no, he ain't, man. Stop. Trump will never do that. Trump will never denounce. All he talk about is Antifa. He don't talk about the white supremacists. This Antifa thing that was going on, I never hear him talk about the white supremacists in his speech before a whole bunch of white people, because he's a white supremacist. But what he's going to do right now is saying what the left is proposing is bad for you. It is horrible. The Green New Deal or any green energy or any green proposal is bad for America. How is it bad for America? Our number one concern is to keep this country healthy. And I'm talking about the actual environment. I'm talking about our resources. I'm talking about the farms. I'm talking about the forests. I'm talking about the natural resources, the mountains, the parks, the national parks, the beaches, all this stuff need to be preserved. But what he want to do is say, let's cut through all that, unpreserve all this crap. The Democrats trying to stop you from making money. And what we're trying to do is push the Democrats to unplug all these things so we can go into the beaches and start pumping oil again, so we can mess up the water and kill fish and kill the beaches, so we can go into the mountains and try to get gold and coal and all of that stuff out of the mountains so we can pretty much disrupt the wildlife there. That is what he's want to do. He want to paint himself as the energy president when he's actually a destroyer of.
Just compare the enormous success here in Pennsylvania with the tremendous folly happening right across a little line in New York. Both states have vast energy reserves, but New York prohibits development while Pennsylvania welcomes it. From 2010 to 2017, natural gas production plummeted by nearly 70% in New York, but it soared almost 1,000% in Pennsylvania. And New York won't allow us to build a pipeline.
And why did natural gas plummet in New York? Because we don't need it. We have other ways of getting energy. Many new forms of ways of getting energy. And what we're trying to do is get the rest of America and the world to embrace these new forms of energy that do not harm our environment, that do not throw off or destroy our ecostructure, that do not affect our air, the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, and even the food that we eat. But this nutwayne, this fool, this aristocrat, this rich, money-hungry knucklehead, all he care about is we need to open up these reserves and make money and put it in your pocket, even if we destroy what's going on around your area. At the end of the day, the money ain't going to be enough because you're going to spend it and you're going to have a destroyed environment as a result of it. Yeah, New York cut its energy source because we don't need it. Pennsylvania can do the same thing, but Pennsylvania being a purple state and a lot of Republicans, matter of fact, I think the governor is Republican, he's going to allow these things to happen in his state. At the same time, yeah, these workers are getting money, they got a job, but you don't have to destroy the earth or destroy the resources in America to put these people to work. Just make that change. Teach them a new way to produce energy.
Across, because New York is sort of a long state, and we can't have pipelines going across.
We don't need a pipeline. Pipeline destroys a whole bunch of stuff when pipelines burst. It's the same situation in DAPL. DAPL, they want that pipeline to go to DAPL so they can make these big oil executive money. At the same time, they're destroying Indian reserves. They're destroying the environment, and these leaks are killing our natural wildlife. It's interrupting the ecostructure. And when the ecostructure is interrupted, everything starts to die out.
It's helping a region that's not a wealthy region at all. They have a lot of economic problems. People are leaving left and right. We want to get it over to the waters. We want to get it over to the oceans. We want to get it up to New England, where they have the highest energy costs anywhere in the United States. We can't get energy because New York doesn't allow the pipelines to go through.
If anybody is suffering this, the people in northern Pennsylvania more than the people in New York. He's just admitted he want to get it over the land. He want to get it over water. Why? So if there's an oil leak, it can destroy the environment. It can destroy the water that you drink. It can contaminate the fish that you eat. This guy's letting you know right now he wants to destroy the country, oil and resources. He want to pretty much destroy you because water is life. We need fish. I mean, even the food that we give to cattle and things like that, all of that still depends on the ecostructure. He's saying, I'm willing to sell you out. I'm willing to sell our natural resources out. I'm willing to sell the wildlife out, all because I want my buddies in the big oil industry and the gas industry to make money. Yeah, sure, we're going to get you paid, but your entire environment is going to get destroyed.
And that's going to be very costly for New York, ultimately.
How is it costly for New York? New York is doing well, Trumpy. Trumpy, New York is doing good. Your state is doing good, bro. We don't need you. We're doing good all by ourselves. Why? Because we got great policies going on in New York. Not where we need to go. We still got to deal with old numbnut Cuomo and him trying to placate the corporations. But we doing well, buddy. You go talk to those Pennsylvanians who ain't doing so good. What they need to do is copy what New York is doing, not vice versa.
As a result, families in Pennsylvania, shale country, got more jobs, billions of dollars in royalty payments, and wages that are significantly higher compared to their neighbors just across the state line.
Well, the workers didn't get billions of dollars in royalty payments. The company got billions of dollars in royalty payments. Stop lying, Trump.
Meanwhile, families in New York, I love New York. That's where I'm from. Probably most of you don't know that. That's where I'm from. They're burdened with more power outages and electricity rates. You never saw anything like this, that are much, much higher than neighboring states and than your state.
All right, so I got to stop him right there. Lying again. We very rarely have power outages. We're very rarely burdened with energy. Our water in the Hudson is one of the purest water reserves in the country. And he knows this with his line behind. Our energy resource, sure, we need to upgrade some power grids, but that's a power grid situation. Power grids depend on the conducting water. It ain't got nothing to do with gas. It has nothing to do with oil. And we New Yorkers, we're finding other ways to get around in our cars. We utilize hybrids. We utilize fully electrical cars. Man, there's so many people driving whatever this car is. I forgot the name of it. In New York. In other words, we're not hurting when it comes to gas and resources and electricity. We're fine. And he's lying. But let this liar continue to lie in your face. This whole setup is a lie.
New York energy rates are through the roof. New England, through the roof. A lot of it has to do with the fact that we can't get pipelines through New York. New York won't let us.
Another lie. Our energy rates are not through the roof. Our energy rates is just the same as any other city. Stop that, Trump. Stop that. Where most cities are paying $40 for electrical bill, we're paying $40 for electrical bill too. Stop lying. Stop lying.
They won't let us. All New York likes to do is sue me. They like to sue me. They're always suing. I said, which lawyer's handling that case? Now they sue me for everything so they can try to stop us by any means possible. The radical left wants to do to America what they've done to New York.
There you go with this mess. The radical left wants to do something bad to you. They want to do things that's going to harm you, that's going to hurt you, and you need to push back. This is the language that causes you nutwings to do these stupid stuff on behalf of Trump. And he don't deny it. He don't denounce it. Oh, no. Like when it comes between a fight between Proud Boys and Antifa, he don't shut down the Proud Boys, but he'll shut down Antifa when both of them. So this he's a hack, man. He's a hack. All he want to think about is trying to do better than Obama. Dude, you're not asking to do better than much. All right?
Raise prices, kill jobs, and leave our nation less independent and far less secure. My vision is the exact opposite, and we want to work with New York, and we want to help New York.
New York ain't thinking about you, bruh. But there is a verdict in the lower court that's waiting for you when your butt get out of office that could put you in jail. That is for sure. It's more than just suing. There's some criminal charges on behalf of you, Trump. We just can't indict you as a sitting president. But once you're out of office, dude, 9 times out of 10 people, he's going to be criminally charged for a whole bunch of other things.
They need jobs in New York so badly.
Again, he's lying. Job is at all-time great. How can he sit here and say jobs, the job and unemployment is low, thanks to me, I did this, which he didn't, matter of fact. Let me clear this up for you trumpets. The economic secretary of Obama worked with Obama to put some certain structures in, especially with this revitalization program, roads and structure, roads and redevelopment. They put this economic structure in place. Once they put it in place, they saw that it started to drop the unemployment down. You look at it from about the fifth year Obama was president, unemployment started to go down because it took a couple of years to put this infrastructure in before his second term. It started going down. It was predicted that it was going to do at least a 10-year downward spiral. And Trump is just reaping the reward. Trump tariff didn't do that. Trump getting money to the wealthy and making the regular people pay more in taxes did not do it. There's nothing Trump did to do it. And there's nothing you can point to say that Trump did it. The tariffs didn't do it, and trickle down economy did not do it. That's Obama. And he gets to try to say that it's because of him. Now, the problem with it is jobs are low because people are taking more than 1-2 jobs. And the reason they taking 1-2 jobs because they pay is crappy. And in America, you should be able to work 40 hours a week on one job and make a decent living where you can buy a house, a car, and take care of your family. And that's why unions are so important. So don't try to act like Trump trying to act like, oh, this is because of what we did and we want to continue to do this. No, it wasn't nothing you did, bruh. Unemployment in New York is not at an all-time high. You can get a job in New York. No problem. Might not like it, but you can get a job in New York. And in New York City, we got $15 minimum wage. Still not enough, but we got it. And all we need to do is deal with the housing and the health care, and there'll be more money in the people's pocket. But stop lying, Trumpy. You're lying.
You know, they talk about the environment. So you have the state line, and over here, you have machinery, fracking. And over here, you have nothing except poverty. Over here, you have people driving new cars and nice cars. And over here, you have cars that are 40 years old. Now, what does that have to do with the environment? It's the same. It's an artificial line. And I wonder what happens when they get down there. What happens?
Where at in the world? This guy is so much of a terrible, horrible liar. He act like people in New York are driving cars at 40 years old. If we're driving 40 years old, it's because we're investing in our money, restoring 40-year-old cars because we like to collect them, baby.
I just wonder, is New York losing its wealth? You know what I'm talking about, right? What happens when those lines go down and they can go in any direction now? The equipment is so incredible. So hopefully we can help New York. I want to help New York so much.
Sitting up here lying through his teeth. This fool ain't never drove a car a day in his life. Never. He don't know what he's talking about. Look like he's trying to show the shape of a woman. Her butt is like this. New York is not losing their wealth. New York is one of the wealthiest states in the country. That's why we can take some of this money we're getting in taxes for the $15 minimum wage and begin to help our veterans and begin to help out the homeless and begin to do more things. And now we're about to get marijuana laws passed. We're going to take some of that money and do some great things with it. Trump lying through his teeth. Problem is, nut wing fanboys will sit there and believe everything he say without any valid proof. The only thing in New York that is pretty much sky high is the rent is just too doggone high. A lot of prime property in New York City. Food is just about the same as anywhere else. Buying a Big Mac is about the same as anywhere else. Buying clothes is a little bit cheaper here because we can do it wholesale. Seafood is just as cheap as anywhere else. Trump is lying through his freaking teeth, trying to make it seem like New Yorkers is going through a hell and a high water and a hen basket and you name it. That they're suffering in New York. Oh, they're suffering. Homelessness is just as bad as anywhere else in New York. The thing is, our population stance make it seem like we're going through a lot more, but the numbers are still the same as any other city. The $15 minimum wage has put more money into the city of New York and the state in most cases. We're pushing other companies to give them more because it's easier to get a union here in New York City that's going to push for the rights of people, including benefits and higher wages. The only problem when it comes to New York City, because the rest of New York State is okay. The only problem we got in New York City is the rent is too high and they need to do better with housing and health care. We have a policy right now that if you're making less than $250,000 a year, which most people do, you can get no-cost education at a SUNY college or CUNY college. You can. So we got education. City of New York has a plan where they will not deny you for health care, and they're not going to put the stress on you when it comes to your bill. And right now in the House and in the state assembly in New York, health care, single payer is on the platform, on the board, it's on the table, and all we need is the governor to sign it. But he's too much a corporate nutwing that lied his teeth just like Trump. They are buddies. Don't let them fool you. They're buddies. Trump is a Democrat trying to play a Republican just to stay elected, but he's really a Democrat. He's a corporate Democrat, one of the biggest corporate Democrats you can ever think of, and trying to make you think that he's not, so he can try to get you to war with each other so he can get reelected again. So he could probably miss that lower court charges that's going to come his way once he get out of office. So no, New York is not doing bad. Trump is lying through his teeth, but it ain't going to work. So he's just going to cry because he can't get what he wants. Both states have vast reserve. Pennsylvania is willing to go in there and do whatever they can, destroy the entire environment in that area to try to make money for these rich, wealthy energy moguls like ExxonMobil, BP, and all these people who are in Trump's pocket. Trump's secretary, his first secretary of state, was a BP oil executive, made billions. Took billions before he stepped down as the CEO and president of BP. So what Trump is trying to do, he's trying to play the people for a fool so he can placate to his wealthy friends in the oil and gas industry. And he want to use the pitting or the divide between Americans, conservative and left, and try to make the left seem like they're the enemy to conservatives or the enemy to the people, when they're not. They're not. No more than conservatives are the enemy to the left. If I know some of you people say, nah, they are. Guys, you got to understand, these rich, wealthy people, all they doing is pitting you together between one another. And at the end of the day, divided, we fall. Together, we stand. And if they are successful in dividing the people, then they're going to dominate us more than they're doing right now. So right now, he wants to promote some of the biggest, most destructive techniques of drawing up energy, fracking. Now, he's trying to say, Pennsylvania, we have fracking, and that's the reason why y'all got jobs. And that's the reason why y'all driving these nice cars and y'all stay in these nice houses, because you're freaking destroying the environment because we're telling you to. Instead of the government saying, look, we're going to find new ways where you can keep your job and we can make the environment better and still make good money. So you're going to blame that on the fact that you can't get a pipeline, and we're not going to let you have a pipeline. Dude, we're not going to let you have the pipeline here. We're not going to let you destroy New York and New York wonderful wildlife and reserves because you want to make these billionaires more money. We're not going to do it. Take your talking points somewhere else, because it's not going to happen here. You can have a whole bunch of shell workers sitting there acting like they want to be there, and we'll get to that in a moment. New York don't need your help, bro. We're doing fine all by ourselves. All right, so there you go. This nutwing sitting up here lying through his doggone teeth, lying about New York, all because he want to get the American people to believe his BS, to try to get an oil pipeline pushed through New York all the way over to New England, knowing a pipeline is destined to hurt this environment. Pipelines will hurt the environment because you can't guarantee a pipeline will not leak. It will hurt the water, it will hurt the land, and it will hurt the creatures that inhabit the land. It did it in Dapple. They're going to be, this is what these rich white billionaires will do. And even some black capitalists, if they can get their hand on it too, they'll do it too. They will sell out you, your environment, and everything in your environment to placate toward their wallet. Trump is trying to do his best to lie to the American people, hoping they'll believe the lie, to get them on their side, to push for Republicans to get the House and Senate so they can pass these laws to get these pipelines done to destroy the environment. It's not going to work. And to lie on New York like that, his own home state, he know New York is not going through all that. He's lying. How do I know I live in New York? I deal with New Yorkers every day. This guy's a big liar. I don't even understand why people... I can't support a liar. I can't support a known liar. That's why I didn't vote for him or Hillary Clinton, because both of them are pathological lies. And I don't mean in the psychological sense. They're so good at lying, they could clear out a whole pathway and let the lies just go through. Because all they do is lie. And some people just dumb enough to believe it. Some people dumb enough to believe Hillary Clinton and her lies. And some people sitting there believing Donald Trump and his lies. God help y'all, man. I pray for you. I pray for you. And what caps this all is this. All this talk was a bunch of lies. But I come to find out this whole entire rally was a bunch of lies. Let's look at this. All right, so this is from Business Insider magazine. It says shell workers in Pennsylvania say they were told to either attend a recent Trump event or don't get paid. Now, who wants to not get paid? You're talking about $700. So, of course, if I protest and not go, I'm going to miss out $700. If I go, I make this guy look like he's doing something good for us. But let's read this. I choose Business Insider because some of these other people are going to say, well, you know, that's a lefty magazine. You can't believe them. Stop with this stupid stuff, man. Stop with this stupid lefty-righty stuff. Monica, Pennsylvania, August 13, U.S. President Donald Trump speak to 5,000 contractors at the Shell Petrochemical Complex on August 13, 2019 in Monica, Pennsylvania. Workers at the new Shell plant in Pennsylvania say they were told they had to attend a speech by President Donald Trump in order to get paid. In other words, if you didn't attend, you're not getting paid. In other words, if you want to get paid, you got to come, bruh. Because if you don't come, you're not getting paid. Now, the pay is, I told, is about $700. Who wants to deny $700 coming out of their pocket because they didn't show up? I'll show up for the speech, and I'm going to say something. Well, you can't say nothing because you're not going to get paid. But then you're going to make this guy look great. Did these people come out here just because they love Trump? No. They were either forced to come or don't get paid. That is forced. Workers was also told no yelling, shouting, or protesting or anything viewed as a resistance will be tolerated at the event. Any underlying thing of the event is to promote goodwill for the unions, which it didn't. Your building trade leaders and job stewards have agreed to this. So they're going to make it look like it was a union decision for them not to get paid if they didn't show up, which companies oftentimes do, blame the unions. All right, so the article say Trump's booming voice filled the confines of the new Shell, Pennsylvania petrochemical complex in western Pennsylvania on Tuesday as the crowd, consisting of mostly male construction workers in orange and yellow construction vests, listened attentively. The president rally-style speech, which a senior administration official described as not a political event but an official event, include jabs at Senator Elizabeth Warren, former Vice President Joe Biden, called for union leaders to support him in 2020. Now, here's the deal. It wasn't supposed to be to promote anything political, but he strictly goes political. Now, I didn't play the whole speech. I played you just a portion of it. Anytime you're going against Elizabeth Warren, you know that she's running for president. Vice President Joe Biden, because he's running for president. Don't see anything about Bernie Sanders because he's scared of Bernie Sanders. And then he called for the union leaders to support him in 2020. Really? Do you think the union leaders are going to support you? And you not do nothing for union leaders? And you're trying to cut the workers at their knees? A warning that Democrats would take their jobs. But he said this is not a political event. Democrats will take your job and taking credit for the complex. He's taking credit for that complex being there, which is still under construction, was first announced in 2012 when former President Barack Obama was still in office. Understand this. Let me repeat this. He's trying to take credit for the complex being there. The complex is still under construction, and it was first announced that it was going to be under construction and going to be in that location in 2012 when Obama was in office. But Trump trying to take credit for this mess. I told you this dude is a liar and a nutcase. In addition to the ethical concerns of the speech, which was expected to focus on energy, but instead transformed into the full-on campaign rally, despite being funded by taxpayer dollars, which are not supposed to go toward political campaigns, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette on Friday revealed another red flag. The workers in the crowd didn't attend Trump events by choice. Rather, they had to attend in order to get their paychecks. That's problematic. Companies forcing the workers, either you come and make it look like you down for Trump, or you don't get paid. That's horrible. While attendance was not mandatory, union workers who didn't show up had to forfeit their pay, similar to if they had opted out to skip a work for day, like a strike or something like that. According to the Post-Gazette, one contractor referencing a memo sent to union leaders by Shell told employees that they would only be paid if they showed up at 7 a.m., scanned their cards, and prepared to stand for the hours through the lunch. No scan, no pay, they were told. Now, what the union probably did was let them know, look, this is a plot to make Trump look good. I'm letting you know, don't go. If you go, you got to show up at 7, you got to scan your ID card, and they letting you know now that you're going to be standing through lunch, and you're not going to get paid if you decide not to go. No scan, no pay. That is not the union endorsing this. That's the union warning the workers that this is designed to make Trump look good, and I advise you not to go, but I will let you know that if you decide not to go, you're not going to get paid, which is the right thing for a union to do. Workers were also told no yelling, shouting, protesting, or anything viewed as a resistance will be tolerated at the event. The underlying theme of the event is to promote goodwill from the unions. And it wasn't. That was the underlining look. Your building trade leaders and job stewards have agreed to this, the newspaper reported. This is what the company's saying. An anonymous union leader told the Post-Gazette that one day of work could amount to around $700 in pay, benefits, and per diem payment for out-of-town workers. Other union leaders added that they were not consulted about the arrangement in advance. Companies are always trying to blame something on the unions. Shell spokesperson Kurt Smith told Business Insider that Tuesday was treated as a training workday with a guest speaker who happened to be the president. We do these several times a year with various speakers. The morning session, 7 to 10 a.m., includes safety training and other work-related activities. It was understood some would choose not to attend the presidential event and take paid time off, PTO, instead, which they can do that. However, the company told the Post-Gazette that those who opt not to attend would have an excuse, but non-paid absence. In other words, we're going to let you slide. We're not going to write you up, but we're not going to pay you if you do not show up. When asked for clarification for these conflicting statements, Smith told Business Insider, yes, that was also an option. Business Insider then questioned Smith as to why workers would opt to take an excuse but non-paid over PTO. He said PTO comes from a person's account of accrued hours. So in other words, now this would be a dent. And I need these hours for emergency. I'm not going to take a paid time off because I don't like Trump and I don't want to show up for an event. I need that paid time off if I'm sick or a family member sick or something like that. I'll just take a non-pay. I just don't show up. Lose $700, people? $700 because I don't want to make it look like I'm making this guy look good. I don't like this guy. It's dumb. Smith told Business Insider that on-site workers have a 56-hour work week, which provide for 16 hours of overtime. As such, workers who didn't attend Trump's speech and took the PTO would not be eligible to receive the overtime and would be paid at the regular rate. In comparison, workers who did attend the speech and showed up for work later in the week would be paid at the rate of time and a half, as noted by the Post-Gazette. This is despite the fact that both groups did not do work on the site Tuesday. So there was nobody working that day. The only job they had to do was come, show up for the event to try to make Trump look good. And you had to show up. I know you don't like Trump, but if you want to get your $700, your butt better be there. Ken Brobin, a business manager for Steam Fitter Local 449, told the Post-Gazette, this is just what Shell wanted. This is just what Shell, the corporation, wanted to do, and we went along with it. He said that workers who didn't want to show up for work that day were free to do so because this is America. The $6 billion plant located outside of Pittsburgh is scheduled to be finished in early 2020 and will focus on producing plastic from ethane, a natural gas byproduct created during fracking. All right, guys, I'm done. So the bottom line is this: is Trump has to try to always make himself seem like he's super presidential. He have to make it seem like the people all on his side, including workers. He's trying. But most people are not buying. Anytime a company tell you, remember his buddies are the Shell CEOs. He helped them get a tax cut. He's helping them keep money. They love Trump. So of course, they're going to always have Trump back. So if you come here, Trump, we're going to make sure every worker is there to make sure the rally is packed. If they don't come, they don't get no money. They had to use this as a training to force them to come to work. What kind of training is that? The president show up and, no, train me and let me go home and pay me. No, this is underlining. See, in New York, since Trump won't talk about New York, in New York, a workers' rights state, we wouldn't put up with this bull. Because right now you're violating laws. You're going to force them to come to class. If they don't come to training, you're going to write them up. But yet, part of the training is we're going to have the president come up. That ain't training, bruh. But according to them, this particular day, we normally will write you up if you don't show up for training and you don't get paid. But on this particular day, we'll let you take the PTO. Who wants to take their PTO to get out of a training? Who wants to take their PTO just because Trump there? PTO is mainly for things that I need it for, not things because you need it for. To lose $700 in overtime. These people are forced to come to work. Coerced to come to work. Threatened. There's a threat to tell me that if I don't come to work, if I don't attend this training and I don't attend the Trump rally, I won't get my $700. That's a threat. $70 is a threat. $7 is a threat. They force these people to come to work. And this whole time during his speech, and I seen the whole speech, I didn't show it up here, Trump lied through his teeth about the economy, the government, and green energy, and how he wants to use you, the workers, to help me get in other Republicans so we can get this bill done, so we can frack our way all the way from Philadelphia to the northern seacoast, and we can kill animals, birds, sea life, you name it, trying to get that oil. When the future is not oil and gas no more, and we need to move everybody, including those workers, to that of plastic to help deal with fracking. And y'all want to get this guy 4 more years to help destroy this country in more ways than one. Anyway, I was going to say something about Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is toast. I'm going to stop talking about Hillary Clinton. But most of these Democrats are no different. Joe Biden will frack the hell out of this country too. And they'll try to get a pipeline moved through this country too. But y'all want to play fanboys to the party and fanboys to the president. Psh, get out of here. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll at you later. Talk to you later. Trump is a liar. A bald